It was all smiles for the cameras when Armenian President Serge Sargsyan met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in September and expressed his intention to join the Russian-led customs union. The Armenian leader abandoned more than 2 years of negotiations on an association agreement with the European Union. Russian pressure worked in that situation, but it backfired 2 months later when Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych did the same thing, sparking months of protests, a violent crackdown, and his ouster by the parliament, where members of his own party voted against him. That left President Putin with a choice: accept the changes in Ukraine and potentially lose his special relationship with more former Soviet states, or take action and sacrifice his relationship with the West. The director of the Regional Studies Center in Armenia, Richard Giragosyan, spoke via Skype.
Russian policy has significantly shifted, where limits and restraint no longer apply. And more importantly, Russia is now firm and committed to pushing back and pushing out EU engagement in the so-called near abroad.
The shift surprised European leaders, but it shouldn't have, particularly regarding Ukraine, according to Nina Schick of London's Open Europe Research Center.
Some would say that it was a mistake that they made, that they didn't take the Russian position more into account. The reality is that the Russian sphere of influence in Ukraine is far greater than perhaps they'd like to admit.
But Richard Giragosyan disagrees, saying it was reasonable 25 years after the fall of the Soviet Union to expect Russia to accept a turn to the West by its former satellites. He says Russia's current policy runs counter to its own interests.
And it's a short-sighted and short-term pursuit of raw power. And in effect, they're recreating a new Iron Curtain through the former Soviet space.
Or trying to. Giragosyan says former Soviet states will resist such moves and the West will impose significant economic costs if Russia continues to use force to try to impose its will on Ukraine or other neighbors. Pessin, VOA News, London.